going to play Age of Reforging the Freelands from the beginning, so this video will contain spoilers. Additionally, to save you the trouble of reading the text, a machine voice is reading the text aloud. Let's go on an adventure! Skip the character creation, here is the result. You get to pick one career, and my choice is an adventurer. My weapon of choice is a rapier with an extended reach. Skill is first aid. Current level is that heal an ally for 24 HP in 6 seconds and remove all their physical debuffs. Required intelligence is level 5. What about my attributes? How about maxing out potential, even if it means having negative values in other stats? Selected utility skills are 5. Kindly face. There's a lower risk that an enemy will choose you as a target, minus 25% threat. Gluttonous. You always get hungry faster than others and need to eat more food. Satiety decreases 15% faster. Vulnerable. After accumulating 2 wounds, you will die the next time you're killed. Sightly. Because of the beauty, the character exudes charm. Plus 2 persuasion. Lightfoot. Movement speed is increased. Has a 50% chance not to trigger a trap when stepping on it. Plus 5% move speed. And race is human. Gender is male. This character's name is Zach. So we're ready? Let's start.
The Freelands, land of thieves, speculators, and adventurers. The law stays within the city walls. Gangs and slavers rule everything outside. People never stopped coming here in search of freedom. Some got what they wanted, while others lost theirs. They became slaves, gladiators, or worse, dead men. Either way it ends, there are still people who can't control their destiny, flowed here with the tide. There are also hesitant adventurers, guided by the Lady Fortune herself, come here to seek their chance. And you, with an unknown purpose, came to the Freelands along with a caravan. At night, the caravan camped in a clearing in the woods, and so begins a story of destiny.
You are alone on the road to Brea, for a reason known only to you. The journey doesn't start out easy, and you need to be constantly on guard to avoid all unsuspecting eyes. That is, until you come across a strange caravan of all sorts of people. After a few brief words with the leader of the caravan and a mutual exchange of names, he agrees to your request to travel with him. You agree to look out for each other, but not to ask many questions, and you will go your separate ways when you reach the gates of Brea. The journey is much easier with the caravan in tow. After 2 days of safe travel, you are less than a day's journey from Brea. At this point, the caravan is traveling through the woods near Brea, and as it is getting late, the leader of the caravan orders a camp to be set up in clearing in the forest. Soon, the camp was set up. All right, lads, the camp is set. We'll spend the night here. We're about half a day's travel from Brea, and if nothing goes wrong, we'll be standing at Brea's gates by midday tomorrow. We still have some time before sunset, Zach. Scout the woods around us and see whether anything looks suspicious. Understood. I'll go now. Good. Meanwhile, the rest of us will gather dry firewood and catch a few fish from the nearby stream. I remember some tasty mushrooms growing in these woods. By the time you return, we should have a fine pot of mushroom fish stew ready. Oh, right. Take Marty with you. These woods may not be dangerous, but it's always better to have someone watching your back. You don't seem too worried about your own daughter's safety. Come on, Marty. When have you ever given me peace of mind? Don't go too far from camp, and come back as soon as it gets dark. Understood? I will. Pressing the O button to switch the game view. There are 3 different views and movement options. Following view, free view, and over-shoulder view. Following view. The center of the camera always follows the player. Use WASD or click on the ground to move your character. Use QE or hold down the mouse wheel and drag to rotate the camera. Free view. Click on the ground to move your character. Use WASD to move the camera. Use QE or hold down the mouse wheel and drag to rotate the camera. Over shoulder view, use WASD or click on the ground to move the character. Use QE or drag the mouse to rotate the camera. Press Alt key to highlight interactable items and units. Click the left mouse button to interact with them. By the way, white highlights indicate unowned items and green highlights indicate friendly units. There isn't any meaningful dialogue here, so let's cut this part. I'd love to trade with Martin here, but I'm a bit short on cash right now. Done collecting everything. Let's head out and look around with Martina. Let's go west first. It seems the westbound route is currently a dead end. How about eastbound? Zack automatically drew his sword. Could an enemy be near? Press Z to sneak. In sneak mode, your movements are difficult to detect, and the range of view of other units is displayed. My walking speed is getting slower, though. I sensed an enemy's gaze from above. You can press tab or click on the avatar to switch the party member currently in control. Gather mushrooms before a battle. The enemy is a wolf. Alright, let's start the first battle. Press space to pause the game during combat. You can issue commands to your character while paused, such as moving, using skills, etc. Hold down the shift to issue successive commands. Press tab or click on the avatar to switch the party member currently in control. Press U or click the icon to enable or disable auto combat. Martina is strong, but Zack is incredibly weak. So, let's have him attack from behind while dodging the enemy's attacks. By the way, he has a skill first aid to heal HP, but he can't use it right now because he lacks the intelligence. I'm not used to the combat controls yet, so I'll stick to manual controls for now. We can press tab to switch the party member currently in control, and also press space to pause the game during combat. WASD key to move the camera only. Enemy at the top right. To be honest, there's no need to force yourself to defeat enemies, but I'd like to get as much EXP as possible for Zack. However, the problem is that the survival rate in early battles is low. Let's combat! Unscathed, though the two of them took a massive hit to their HP. Let's cross the North Bridge this time and explore the other side. Wait, look there! A dead horse and a lantern on the ground. Travelers were attacked. Let's check it out. The traveler got away. Look at this pool of blood. They're badly hurt. We need to find them. Look, bloody footprints on the ground. Someone went that way. Let's follow the trail. The story progresses by following the bloodstains, but first, let's collect belongings. Let's check out the west and east before we go north. I found a board to the west. One thing to keep in mind, you'll want to manually save quite often in this game. Let's check the east side next. However, there's a limit to moving the camera view, so I'd like to move it slightly. I found two wolves to the east. They are always in pairs. Characters have 6 attributes: strength, endurance, agility, perception, intelligence, and willpower. These attribute levels grow through specific character actions. You may also spend experience points to directly increase attribute levels. Potential value represents a character's growth potential. When the total sum of a character's attributes exceeds their growth potential, the character's attribute growth rate will significantly decrease. Conversely, the lower a character's total attribute sum is compared to their growth potential, the faster their attribute growth rate will be. Strength measures how powerful a character's muscles are. You can increase your character's strength level by using specific weapons, blocking enemy attacks, or running while carrying heavy loads. Endurance represents a character's health and energy. You can increase your character's endurance level by consuming stamina, taking damage, or suffering physical debuffs. Agility represents a character's flexibility and speed. You can increase your character's agility level by using specific weapons, dodging enemy attacks, or traveling light. Perception describes a character's ability to perceive the world. You can increase your character's perception level by using ranged weapons, dodging arrows, blocking enemy attacks, or landing critical hits. Intelligence represents how smart and knowledgeable a character is. You can increase your character's intelligence level by consuming mana, casting spells, landing critical hits, or studying books. Willpower measures how strong a character's mental powers are. You can increase your character's willpower level by consuming stamina and mana or suffering mental debuffs. I checked my attribute, and my agility is at level 2. Let's flank the enemy from their right side and attack.
Be careful!
Probably got extra experience points for traveling light without combat. You can view the previous bloodstains by pressing the Alt key. Let's try to get closer to that boar in sneak mode this time. Avoided fighting in tight spaces and drawn the enemy out into the open. Because of that, Zack's HP was significantly reduced. Points gained from this battle have reached the required amount. We can spend experience points to directly increase attribute levels. Let's save it for next time. I'm not sure if it will work, but let's head back to the caravan and get Zack's HP back up a bit. It might not do anything, but I'll try to get some sleep. Let's increase Zack's intelligence stat for the skill first aid as well. I've recovered a bit, so I'll get back to tracking the bloodstains. You can speed up or slow down this game by pressing Y key or clicking play button icon above the action bar. Now game speed is doubled. The footprints lead into the cave. Could be. Aye, let's move. Do you want to go to Braywood's cave? Confirm. Yana spit. That was close. You alright? I'm fine, don't worry. Good. Otherwise, it'd be my responsibility if something happened to you. This fellow set up magic traps at the cave entrance to stop pursuers. Clearly no ordinary traveler. Since we can't go back the way we came, let's keep searching deeper inside. Look there. The person did some bandaging here. The bloody footprints stop here. Let's check deeper into the cave. You can take that torch if you want. Always good to have light when exploring. Look, there are some potions over there too. Better take them with us. Press C to open the character panel and view the currently wearing equipment. Press A to open the inventory panel, double-click on the equipment, or drag it to the appropriate slot to put it on. Every piece of equipment has durability. During combat, equipment durability decreases. When a character is downed, their equipment suffers significant durability loss. Click the repair button in Town Shop interfaces to spend gold and restore equipment durability. You can also use repair kits to restore equipment durability. Each character has 2 weapon options. Press to switch. Since the entrance is blocked, we have no choice but to move further inside. Hold up! See those goblins? Vicious and ugly creatures. They attack every human they see. We could take them out by force, but no need to take risks. See that side path? We can sneak through there. Just stay low, move quietly, and keep out of their sight. Press Z to sneak. In sneak mode, your movements are difficult to detect, and the range of view of other units is displayed. In sneak mode, your exposure grows when you enter the range of view of other units. Once your exposure is full, you will be detected. The higher the sneak skill level, the slower the exposure grows. You can farm so much EXP just by sneaking and preventing the exposure from maxing out. Zach's sneaking is now at level 3, so I'm moving on to the main story. By the way, I hear goblins are tough, so I'll avoid them. That's the guy. Let's go. He's dead. His injuries were worse than I thought. His self-treatment couldn't save him. Poor soul. Though brigands are common in Brea Woods, whoever killed him was no ordinary bandit. Let's examine the body for any useful information. You see a tall, thin, dark-haired man dressed as a traveler sitting in the middle of a blood pool, his back against the stone wall, unmoving. His face has lost its color, and you can be sure that he is, as Martina said, lifeless. Examine the wounds of the body. You examine the body from head to toe and find a number of neat wounds that look like were caused by a blade. In addition to this, you also found blunt force trauma to the head and chest of the body. It is clear that the victim died from injuries caused by multiple weapons attacks. The body still retains warmth and should have just breathed its last. Check out the man's belongings. The man's pockets are almost empty. You don't find any weapons, food, or money on the body. Perhaps it was discarded during the escape. There is only a journal and a strangely shaped coin. The moment you take that strange coin that in your hand, an electrifying sensation travels through your entire body. Immediately after, a myriad of sensations flooded you from the coin in your palm, quickly consuming your arm, your shoulder, your chest. You couldn't tell exactly what those feelings were. Sadness, anger, happiness, impulsivity, regret. Thousands of indistinguishable feelings mix together and reach your heart. It's as if you've lived through the lives of many people in a single moment, yet you remember nothing. For another moment, you feel like you've been pulled out of the real world. The reality fades and disappears in your eyes. Darkness replaces your entire sight, followed by the light of the stars shining brightly. You are in a cosmic void. There is no solidity beneath your feet, but you have not descended. There is not a speck of light or heat around you, but you do not feel the cold. Just as you are confused, the universe and the stars begin to vibrate, as if you saw 2 immense figures of nothingness, one as blue as a river of stars and the other as black as night, creating a strong collision in the universe, one after the other. Each time some of the stars' light became distorted, dimmed, and extinguished. But at the same time, countless more stars are born anew. Then you hear a call from that blue figure. There is no voice. There is a call from the heart. She did not say a single word to you, but you understood that a great upheaval and calamity was about to befall the world, and unless you do something about it, you will perish with it. In another instant, you are back in reality, still in that gloomy cave with Martina's concerned greeting in your ear. wake up! What's going on? Are you alright? Tell her what you saw! I don't really get it, but it's unusual. You're saying that a catastrophe is coming, that the world will end, and you've been chosen to stop it? I want to believe you, but this... In any case, the coin is indeed curious, and you'd better take good care of it. Maybe Geralt can help you learn more about its secrets. That old man knows some mysterious fellows. Magical gifted ones, I guess. For now, let's find a way out of this cursed cavern. The air is fresh here. There must be another entrance. Do you want to go to Braywoods? Confirm